being arguably the best football player on the planet and getting paid millions of dollars to do magic on the ball, also comes with the side effect of not knowing what the fuck to do with your money. Lionel Messi, the Argentinian football star with an estimated net worth of $600 million, spends his money in some interesting ways, and today we're gonna specifically look at how he has spent his money on cars. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. Let's start the list with his most expensive car, one of his most controversial purchases, and one of the rarest cars on the planet. The Ferrari 335S Spider Scaglieri, hope I'm pronouncing this right, which Messi purchased it for $36 million. Damn. And it's interesting to know that Lionel Messi's number one rival, Cristiano Ronaldo, also wanted to buy this car, but Messi outbid him. That's a W for Messi. Car lovers are gonna hate me for this, but you may be asking, why the f does this 70-year-old ugly car cost so much? And I got the answer for you. The reasons that make these cars so expensive are, number one, that there are only 4 of these cars in the entire planet, and 2, this car was driven by some of the best drivers in the history. And if these answers aren't enough for you, I got no more answers, so let's move on. And by the way, this car is capable of reaching a top speed of 190 kilometers per hour, or for you fellow Americans, that's gonna be 300 miles per hour. Please, who uses miles, bro? Come on. Messi also owns another Ferrari, but this one's not $36 million. The Ferrari F430 Spider is about 170 grand. So many celebrities own this car, I don't know what's so interesting about it. I have a Peugeot 206. It works fine for me, I don't need a Ferrari. It's not that I cannot afford it, I just don't need it. This sexy looking car has a top speed of 315 kilometers per hour and accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in an incredible speed of 3.6 seconds. And here is where we say goodbye to the Ferraris and say hello to his Audi trio. The first car of his Audi trio, the Audi R6S. RS6, dude. R6. You know, I played too much Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege RS6. So, please forgive me for this. This is Audi RS6. This car, which costs about 110 grand, has the top speed of 150 miles per hour. Let's do miles this time. And goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds. And his second Audi car, Audi A7. This one's even cheaper, about 70 grand, has the top speed around 250 kilometers per hour and can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.2 seconds. And let's wrap up the Audi trio with the last car, the Audi Q7. The Audi Q7 costs about $60,000 and has a top speed of 210 kilometers per hour and goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 6 seconds. Next up on the list, we got the Pagani Zonda Tricolore. Three colors. I'm not good at this, I'm sorry. Pagani Zonda Tricolore can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.4 seconds. It has a top speed of 350 kilometers per hour and costs $2 million. Next up, we got the Mercedes SLG AMG. What the f? Next, we got the Mercedes SLS AMG. This beautiful car that is gonna cost you about $700,000 has a top speed of 196 kilometers per hour and accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.8 seconds. And mamma mia, next up we got the Maserati Gran Turismo MC Stradale. This car is gonna cost you about 250 grand. Has a top speed of 305 kilometers per hour and goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 3.5 seconds. So let's have a look at Lionel Messi's Range Rover duo. We got 2 Range Rover cars, the first one being the Range Rover Vogue, which costs about 200 grand, and the second one, the Range Rover Sport, which costs about 70 grand. This big car has a top speed of 210 kilometers per hour and goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 5.4 seconds. And the second one, the Range Rover Sport. This 70 grand car goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 4.5 seconds and has a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour. Next up on the list, we got the Cadillac Escalade. This huge car costs about 80 grand, has a top speed of 170 kilometers per hour, and according to my research, it accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 6.7 seconds. I don't know if I'm wrong, correct me please. Lexus RX 450h. Lexus RX 450h has a max speed of 200 kilometers per hour and goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.7 seconds and costs about 50 grand. And to wrap up the list, Lionel Messi got a $20,000 Mini Cooper. Let's not get into details on the Mini Cooper. Thank you guys so much for watching this video until the end. If you're one of the champs that made it through the video until the end, it probably means that you enjoyed it. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'm wasting time so you guys can take a look at this end screen right here, so you may consider watching this one as well. Is it here or here? I don't know. You'll find out. So don't forget to watch this beautiful video on the screen. It's gonna change your life.